Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Julie and I'm here to do my reaction video for Season 3, Episode 3 of Dickinson. This time, the title of the episode is The Soul Has Bandaged Moments. And yes, we are back. We are ready to watch another episode of Dickinson. The first two episodes have been excellent and, it's kind of setting up the season. I have no idea where the season is heading and where it will end. If it will end with with Emily's death, or I don't know. I think that it will end with what we know of Emily's few last years, where she, we know that she doesn't get out of her house much and she becomes even more secluded to her house, and they know her as the Lady in White, if I'm not wrong. So I think that's where we're heading. So let's see what they have in store for us. We also know that Lavinia never got married as well. So I don't know, but I do want some sort of happy ending as well for her and for Sue and for Austin as well, because I feel terrible for Austin, especially because I feel so happy that Emily and Sue are so in love, but I feel terrible for him, because I do want him to find love, to find peace, to find happiness, because he is ultimately a good guy, so he was just in the way of an epic love story, and he kind of lost, but yeah, anyways, we're here, we're ready, excited for episode 3, which is like Apple released 3 episodes for Dickinson right away, and if I'm not wrong, they're gonna be releasing weekly episodes every Friday for season 3 up until the end of the season. So yeah, I'm gonna be here weekly watching and reacting to Dickinson. I honestly thought that this week was going to be just the 1 episode, but I'm extremely happy that they released 3 episodes. I would have been extremely happy if they released them all, let's be real, but I am happy that we're gonna take a little bit of a slower pace with season 3, and we're gonna have weekly episodes. Well, you guys have had weekly episodes since the beginning, right? But I binged season 1 and season 2, so yeah, now I have to wait between weeks, between episodes, sadly. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys continue supporting for more. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. You can go to Patreon and watch the full uncut extended version for this reaction and so much more, in case you guys want to do that. Link, as always, will be in the description down below. And I hope you guys enjoy, hope you guys like it, and without further ado, let's just begin with season 3, episode 3 of Dickinson. Here we go.
Good glorious morning, daughter.
God,
Oh,
you're up.
you're feeling good.
You're dressed?
I have come out of my illness with an important realization.
What's that?
That I'm going to die.
What?
No tears.
What
no
the hell?
tears. No, it's just a simple fact. Life is fleeting. A brief candle.
Well, he will die
Bye,
eventually.
Eddie. Oh, before you know it, I'll be gone. Which means I have a lot of paperwork to get to.
This is a good approach of life.
Emily, the clock is ticking. I have to solidify my footprint on the town of Amherst. Not to mention the world.
Your
Maybe
daughter
dead
will
within
do
a
that.
month. People will never forget the name Edward Dickinson.
Everyone will. The only one we will remember is hers.
Okay. Well,
You're taking this
Dad,
too
I'm-
well, Dad.
so glad you're feeling better. But I am begging you, with all my heart, please forgive him.
Oh, my dear dramatic child. I'm not the slightest bit angry with your brother.
You're not?
Okay.
We can have peace. Peace in this family at last.
Also, you're a grandfather now. But okay, I guess. This entire family is just weird.
Ruffles don't really say grief.
Really? Do you think a little more cleavage would help?
Benny. Benny. Hi, Betty. Great news.
Hey, Betty.
Dad's not mad at Austin. Tonight I can sit in peace.
I'm sorry. Peace
Did
is
I?
not an option right now. This country is at war, and my ex-boyfriends are dying, and you need to help.
I can't even spell. That's true. She really can't.
Okay, we don't need to laugh about it. Everyone has their strengths, and sewing just doesn't happen to be one of mine.
Well, at least it gets my mind off Henry.
No word from him yet.
Oh my God. What happened to Henry?
Oh, we don't know. We haven't had a letter from him for over a month now.
Are you two still
Shit.
even together?
Vinny, please, be sensitive.
Vinny?
Listen, Betty. I completely get it. I know what it's like to lose someone I loved. Or like hooked up with once at a party.
Henry is not lost. He is out there somewhere, and he's gonna write to Betty very soon.
I really
I
hope so.
For Helen's sake, at least.
He's out there. Betty, he is. I'm not giving up hope.
I love that she's not, you
Thanks,
know,
Emily.
hopeful Emily.
We can all pitch in. We can all do our part and make this world a better place and fill this country with love and kindness. That bitch! Won't let me hold the baby!
Okay, this seems...
Oh my god! Of course she will. Of course she will break our moment of like empowering. Of course, I just love her so much.
That bitch! Won't let me hold the baby!
Okay, this seems like
I
a
love
good time
her.
for me to leave.
Who on God's green earth does she think she is?
She's the mother.
Oh, Edward, you're out of bed.
Yes, I started feeling better, so I thought I'd pop down and revise my will.
Well, you better not be leaving anything to Sue. I am that child's only living grandmother. It's the respect, not to mention the fact that it was me who brought him into this world.
Oh, it's a baby
Technically
boy.
speaking, that was Sue, wasn't it?
Oh, please. All she did was lie there and push a little bit.
Yeah, sure, it was
Meanwhile,
all
I
you.
used my time-honored Norcross midwifery skills to guide its skull into the light.
Okay, you know what? Honestly, I've always disliked her.
What the
I
hell?
need your help.
Me? What can I do?
You're the only one she'll listen to. She was asking for you specifically just now. She
Of
said
course.
only Emily can enter the bedroom. You need to go and talk some sense into her.
What's going on?
Is it true, dear Sue? Are there two? Sue, it's me.
Emily? Come in, please come in.
That's so sweet. She only wants to see her. Oh, hello.
We have room for you here.
It's so sweet.
Do you want to hold him? Me? Oh no, that's okay. That's I'd probably drop him. Can you just tell me what happened?
You know your mother. I swear she would try to nurse this baby herself if I gave her half a chance.
Yes, that is true.
This baby will be a Dickinson soon enough. Just let him be a Gilbert for now.
All right, let's see this little Gilbert.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Look at them. Look at them. Look
Say
at
something to
her.
him. I want him to learn your voice.
Hey, little one. It's your Uncle Emily.
Come on, baby.
Okay, I'll tell you. His name is Bumblebee.
This is so sweet and so romantic, and I just wish that they could just be, you know, they, because I think they both will be like so, so great mothers, and like they will be so happy. I want to scream. I'm sorry.
Imagine a child we could raise together. He'd be a genius.
That's true.
Prodigy. Emily, you could come. We could have a little meal together. By the fireside. With the baby.
She just wants a family with her.
I can't.
Why not?
She has a sewing thing.
I promised Lavinia I would go to her sewing circle tonight.
Why do you always do this?
Do what?
Choose your family over me.
Oh my god.
That's not fair, Sue. I'm not choosing anyone.
Maybe that is the problem.
That you're
Sometimes I would like to feel chosen.
not by
I
you.
would choose you over anyone, anytime, any place.
I think she will do it.
You know, I didn't even want to go to this sewing circle tonight. What I want is to be writing poems. But life keeps getting in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, life is messy like that.
This is so sad. I hate this.
There are poems that I want to write for you.
Okay, Emily. But what if I need more than your poems?
Oh shit.
What if right now I need all of you?
She's so in love with her, you know.
Babysitter's Club at your service.
Hey, look at
Oh!
that. You have help.
Yeah, because nothing says free domestic labor like adopted cousins.
Let's remind yourselves, girls, that you burned a church. Like, let's remind yourself that, okay? But I just before we continue with the music and all of that, I hate the situation that they are in, you know. Is it a little bit unfair from Sue to say that? Yes, because she literally just had her girlfriend's brother's baby. You know, she just did that. An accident, a mistake, whatever you want to call it. But she just did, you know, and life is messy and all of that. And yes, it will be in a perfect time. Like, Sue's mind is like in this century where she just wants to be happy with the woman that she loves, and she wants to scream it at the world, and she will be ready to do so if Emily was ready to do that as well. And she's asking a lot from Emily because she knows that Emily also loves her, but it's so difficult, you know, for her. It is her brother ultimately that she's betraying as well. You know, so it's so complicated. I just wish that they could be into today's, you know, modern days, and they could be happy, you know.
Mrs. Dickinson, the soldiers are going to appreciate that pillowcase.
Oh, thank you. But this isn't for the soldiers. It's for my grandson. Hopefully one day I'll be able to give it to him in person.
Mom, I tried, okay?
Not hard enough to hear him call me grandmother, or maybe Grammy, or Gigi, or maybe Cookie.
The baby doesn't even have a name yet.
Yeah, but when they do give him a name, don't you think you should call me Cookie? It's more youthful.
Yes, speaking of babies, I can't believe Jane moved to Vietnam.
Oh, she
I
already
already got a letter
moved.
from her.
Oh my god, what does it say?
She brought maple syrup to a restaurant in Saigon and made people put it on their dumplings. Called it New England Asian Fusion. She's so canceled.
A spider sewed at night, without a light, upon an arc of white.
That's so poetic.
Yes, because
Yes.
it's a poem.
Sorry, Emily. Now the closest I'll ever get to a man is if he wraps his hemorrhaging leg length in a piece of my
Girl, that is dark.
Dark,
I never
dark
thought the war would
indeed.
last this long.
The violence, the hatred, the suffering in their souls, that's what I want to heal. With my poetry.
Good luck with that.
Stop
What, you
it.
think poetry doesn't matter?
Question for the group. Who's the greatest living poet in America?
Emily Dickinson.
Well,
Correct.
See, poetry can bring comfort to a dying man.
Oh, and that's all you want to do? Give people comfort? Sorry, but I think we should be making people uncomfortable. I think we should be taking our rage to the streets. Women deserve the right to vote. We need to explicitly
Yes.
demand that the Constitution invoke the rights of female persons, and we need to not tell my husband that I am saying any of this.
Yes.
Take that kind of talk right out of my dining room.
Well, I think poetry can help. The best thing that I can do for the world is lock myself away and write poetry.
Maybe
But what
not
good are your
lock
poems
yourself.
going to be if you do that?
What?
If you can't handle the mess of the world, why would anyone need to hear what you have to say?
Well, that is
Writing that shuts real life out is as good as dead.
true. Holy hell.
Well, maybe we should get back to sewing because hundreds of eligible babes are out there getting their legs blown off.
My leg!
Oh!
Coming! We got an injury here.
Oh!
You got me!
What happened?
We got into a teensy tiny bar fight. There were a few broken bottles flying around, and one of them caught us his leg.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
My son is wounded.
Austin, sit.
Of course, Dad would love to say that there's no problem between us. That's because the problem is him.
Yeah.
Well, I don't give a shit what he thinks. I'm still seceding from this family.
Out of my way. My son is suffering.
Dickinson, those are for the youth.
You just let me nurse you. That's right. Mama's got you now.
You call this seceding?
Yeah.
Emily, go get him some water. Try to help.
Well, you know I've always been your biggest fan.
Sue is her biggest fan. George. Thank you very much.
I guess I've just been feeling like my poems don't even matter.
If I had to choose between you and your poems,
Yeah?
I'd choose your poems.
Oh.
Okay, that's actually the sweetest thing you could ever say.
She's still not gonna kill.
George, what
dude.
I just thought maybe with the war going on and everything.
George.
No.
Can't. My heart belongs to someone else.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. I'm glad.
God, life is messy, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh! You scared the shit out of me! I thought someone died! Why did she look? God! I thought someone died.
Where were we?
They just illegally sold your 5-year-old son to a planter in Alabama.
Oh,
White people are the devil. Let's narrate.
Oh, I love that.
Mr. Higginson, are you too deeply occupied to say if my verse is alive?
Okay, guys, so that was the end of season 3, episode 3 of Dickinson. And as always, great episode, right? Thing here is that Emily on this episode is questioning her what she's good at, you know, whether if her poetry is good enough for the world that she's living in, whether if her persistence as a fixer in her family is what they truly need, or if it's truly what she can give them, you know. So she's battling with all of this, but she's battling and at the same time doing what we know she is known for, which is just lock herself and not let her poems be shown. Very few of them were published when she was alive, you know. And I am not a poet, you know, but what normal people like to do, which is, you know, hang out and, like, you know, go out and have parties and have fun, and, like, the definition of truly living your life, it's something that I myself, for instance, don't necessarily like, you know. I like to keep it to myself. I'm more of a homebody. Pandemic might have affected me in other ways, but staying in is not really an issue for me, you know. So it doesn't mean that every single person my age has to do and enjoy the same things. Not necessarily. And I think that also comes with Emily. She enjoys writing. She likes the thrill of writing, you know. Last season, she was just a bundle of, you know, just a wreck. when she thought her poems were going to be published. She was filled with anxiety, not knowing when they were going to be published, what people might. She was not able to handle that. She is at her most comfortable when she writes. She doesn't necessarily write to anyone in specific. She just writes. Most of the times and most of the poems that were found, she wrote them to Sue. And because of that, we know that they were in love and that they had some sort of affair, even though Sue was married to Austin at the time. But the thing is that she finds joy in that, in writing. You know, she does want to make her writing be some sort of a healing for other people, especially through these hard times that they're living in. But she has a different idea on how to accomplish that. It's not wrong for people to try to inspire you into doing more, you know, but it doesn't make her a better or a less of a good poet if she writes, but she doesn't necessarily share it with everyone. It's not, or because she's not in the battlefield, you know. She is in her situation and her reality, it's completely different from the reality of the male poets. Let's also remember that, you know, for her, a female poet is a very difficult thing to be into. And like, she enjoys being at her house. She finds herself more secure and more comfortable there. And I honestly, I don't blame her. Not everyone's, like, for instance, what Henry is doing, his motivations and his, you know, are completely different from Emily's. You know, they have lived different lives, so they do different things, you know, and they express it in different ways. That doesn't, in my opinion, makes Emily less of an influential poet than anyone else, you know, than her other, like, the counterparts writers at the moment, you know, because the friend, one of them, was like, well, one of the greatest writers at the moment. He is actually still writing, still finding his poetry in the battlefield, but he's a nurse and he is actually actively helping. And yeah, I mean, that is great, and that is what his purpose is. But I don't feel good when they diminish Emily's work. Now, for instance, Betty does something different, which is inspire her to take a next step, because her writings are amazing, but what good does it do to anyone if no one gets to read them, you know? So she's trying to teach her to be more brave, to be herself, but to get it out there in the public, you know? So I don't know if she actually, what I know of Emily Dickinson from what I read back when I was starting season 2, I think, I don't remember, was that she was not published. I mean, few of her poems were published. A lot of them were changed in the meaning, or words were changed, you know, just so it means something different. So they edit them at the time. But she will be better known after her death. So yeah. But this episode, like I said, was really interesting, you know. What Sue was asking of Emily, you know, it's something, like I have said on the previous episode, it's a dream that I wish that they inspire, you know, Emily, like the real Emily and the real Sue. I wish that whenever they are, they know that they truly inspire this show, someone that was able to tell their story of love and how powerful it was, and how in today's society, even though it's still, difficult in some parts of the world, and it's still, complicated, that there are other moments and other parts of the world where it's celebrated, where it's normal, where they could live the fantasy that Sue is dreaming of, because she is having this baby, but she has no relationship or interest in Austin, which is terrible. And I feel just so sad for Austin. But I feel sad for Austin because Jane is gone as well. But, she's living this fantasy, and like she asks something very important to Emily, which is like, yeah, you are not choosing, which is like when you are indecisive, it's terrible, especially because you don't get to choose, and you're in this limbo, whether if you're choosing your family or you're choosing Sue. But what Sue is asking is really, it's a lot as well, and Sue will love for her to just come in and take over her life, and like just be there and be a family and do all the cheesy things couples will do, and raising a baby together and all of that. And I understand that that's what she wants, because that is the person she's in love with, and for her, she can't understand why she can't share all of these things with her, and she feels that Emily's pushing back, but at the same time, I feel like she doesn't understand where Emily's coming from, where is like, you are my brother's wife, you just have had his baby. It's not as simple as us forgetting about that fact and just, play house and, pretend like the world doesn't exist, when the world does exist, and where they live in a reality where everything that Sue is fantasizing about, it's not possible. And I understand Sue saying her, is it not possible? Is it impossible? Or is it that you don't want to do it? And I think that it comes from, I think it has a bit of both. I do believe her love for Sue is her great, like Sue's her greatest love, and she truly loves her. She is even faithful to her, when George tries to kiss her again, because for the millionth time, George has not gotten the memo that she does not want to be with him. And she gives herself in that way to Sue, but there is no much more that she could do. At least in the time they were living, there were no more things that they could do, and it's sad, and I love how soft Sue is now with Emily, because last season, my God, because she wanted Emily as far from her, she wanted to just erase every trace of Emily in her life, but like now that she has accepted her and her love is just so wonderful. I still don't understand how the hell she got pregnant, but okay. Which is a little bit unfair. I wish that she wasn't pregnant, that she just, gave birth to Austin's baby. I wish that shouldn't have happened, but it happened, but I don't think that her love, I think that even that has solidified her love for her, for Emily even more. I don't know how, but it has. And I love when they're just so sweet and so, intimate, and it's just so wonderful, but at the same time it's so heartbreaking, because I just want them together, living happily ever after, but for sure that's not gonna happen, And I love that she calls herself Uncle Emily. That was so sweet. I don't know. It was sweet. But yeah, then you have Mrs. Dickinson, who is, she wants to, and that's the thing with, at least I didn't had a mother-in-law that was like overbearing with advice and like, this is what you do, this is what you shouldn't do. She wasn't really present, so thank the Lord. But my mother till this day wishes that Josh will call her mom as well, because here, I don't know if that is just cultural thing, but here in my country, you call some people, not everyone, but you call your mom, mom, and you call your grandma, sometimes, some people, some families, not mine at least, you call them mommy, to your grandma. I call my grandma, abuela, or abuelita, actually. But my mom wishes that she could have made Josh call her that. I was never a supporter of that, because I was like, hold on a minute. I was the one who carried that boy, so you're not taking my title away from me. So no, you're a grandma, and like everybody, we should name them for what they are. But they are like that, and they are like, they want to be there, and like my mom, at least that's the, not issue, but like something that I had to deal with was that she was never up for leaving the baby, and I always wanted to be like, okay, mom, I'm tired. I really want to sleep. Just give it back, because I need to go to bed and like take advantage of the time that he's sleeping so I can sleep, and my mom was always all over the baby. Even now when I'm with Josh just talking, my mom is like in the corner, like, do you guys need something? Do you guys want me here? And like, I'm like, no. I'm having a mom-son moment. She always comes in and she always does whatever the hell she wants, but it was difficult. Even with my niece, it was even more difficult, because, she was, in that case, a mother-in-law, and she wanted to just take over the baby, and like, the mom, at first, my sister-in-law, she didn't want, she didn't feel that connection with the baby at first, but once she did, it was just, to me, I believe, annoying that the mother-in-law was like, you should do this way, you should do this that way, you should do that. It's annoying. I know. So I understand Sue wanting to just keep the baby for herself, because she's a new mom and this is a precious thing. And, Mrs. Dickinson was there. Well, she didn't do anything. I'm the one who put that boy out into this life, and she should be thanking me, when all the work was done by Sue, But it happens. It happens like that. Grandmas can be a really tricky thing. Lovely, but sometimes not for the mom. Lovely for the child, but sometimes not for the mother. But yeah, it was a great episode. I really loved it. It just makes me, kind of like, kind of sad at the same time, because then you have Austin, who feels terrible, and Mrs. Jane, and I wish that he could just divorce Sue and he can live with Jane happy, and same thing goes for Sue and Emily and Lavinia. I wish them all to be happy and live the life that they truly wanted, and sadly I don't think that they will. Anyway, so that's the end of the third episode that they released today. Hopefully, I can post them fast. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys continue supporting for more. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you love Dickinson. Subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and you can go right now to Patreon and watch the full uncut extended version for this reaction and so much more. So in case you guys want to do that, link as always will be in the description down below. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and for all your support. Hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys like my reaction, and also post your comments in the comment section down below so we can discuss the episode and talk about it. And yeah, I would love to read your guys' thoughts. But yeah, for now, I think that will be all. I hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys liked it. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time for more reaction videos for Dickinson. Mwah. Bye, guys.